YG12-WWE, back with another video blog, 8/14/08. Thursday night, it's a wrestling night for all you wrestling fans out there. TNA's on, I got it on in the other room in the background, listening to it, recording it, whatever, bootlegging it. I myself am a big wrestling fan. I know it's not the most popular, coolest thing out there to be, but I personally am a long-time wrestling fan since I was a kid. There was my grandmother and grandfather. My grandparents got me into it. They used to go to the old garden shows, Bruno Sammartino and all that shit, and Pedro Morales. I got into the whole, hoopla of it, the acting, performing of it. I respect people that can take a beating and keep getting up and keep getting up. I know a lot of people think wrestling's fake and all that shit because it's scripted, but my personal taste is, injuries aren't fake. I give wrestlers a lot more credit and respect than I would ever to a football player or a baseball player or a basketball player. Those dudes have off seasons. Those dudes don't play every fucking day, and they play about an hour. Wrestlers fucking travel and compete and put their body through punishment day in, day night, 6, sometimes 7 days a week. There's no off season. You know what I mean? So, to me, I respect them a lot more, even though their sport is fake. I feel all the other sports are fake, they just don't admit it. So on this conversation, we're going to talk about wrestling, WWE, TNA, ECW, and my favorite, Ring of Honor. First off, WWE. I'll be going further into these topics in future blogs, but I just wanted to touch base on for my wrestling fans out there. WWE, longtime fan of WWE. I personally liked it a lot better when it was WWF. I think WWE shit is whack. I think right now they're at a very bad point. I mean, it's really cool having CM Punk as a champion. It's nice to see somebody that came from Ring of Honor and that I seen wrestle in friggin' little gyms and shit 4 years ago now, champion inside big arenas. It gives a lot of hope to a lot of guys in Ring of Honor. WWE, I obviously that's the major leagues of wrestling, but it's a major disappointment of wrestling too, to be honest with you. The writing sucks. They completely misuse their talent. They keep guys as mid-carders like Kennedy and Carlito and Santino, and it's a fucking shame. It's a disgrace. And they should be holding straps and being big dogs in that industry. They just misuse and abuse a lot of talent. Their writers suck, straight up, I'll be honest to say that. Their writers are horrible, they're horrendous. I think directing it more towards kids now is a stupid fucking thing. But there's always that cycle, that 7-year cycle of the business good, 7 years the companies suck. I guess we're back in the sucking stage. And personally, they've been sucking ever since the whole fucking they bought out WCW and ECW. Personally, they've been pretty shitty since then. They may have had 3 good months in between those 8 years, but the rest of it's been pretty much shit. I think WWE went downhill after Brock left. I think that was their savior. John Cena's a piece of shit. He's horrible. I mean, great performer, whatever, but his character sucks, yo. He only knows 4 moves. Batista's, these guys are getting forced down your throat, and they're really not that great. TNA. Let's go off of WWE from let's go to TNA. Just want to touch real quick on all these TNA. I guess it's nice to have WCW back. I liked it a lot in the beginning. Not feeling it as much anymore, but it's cool to have a place, I guess, for another major leagues for wrestlers to go to and get exposure and shit. I just think it's a real big hoopla. I should just come out and already admit that Vince owns all of them, but I guess he can't because it's monopoly in wrestling. TNA is cool. It's got its moments, you know what I mean, to me. Some things I think are just too cheesy and too WCW-ish, and they should have learned from those mistakes. I guess it's cool too to have an old place for wrestlers like Sting and Nash, but it's kind of also sad, like when you see these old dudes still trying to do it. It's like, guys, man, I'm all about the old guys trying to do it, but there's some things, it's time to hang up the hat, man. Pass it off to the next guys, you had your chance, you had your moment in the sun. It's Joe and AJ's time, and those dudes, you know what I mean? Jay Lethal and shit. It's those dudes' times now. Not yours anymore, big guy. That's how I feel about Tna. They got their weeks, you know. LAX, of course, you gotta love them. Homicide's fucking tremendous talent. Also ROH. I support any ROH wrestlers. Bobby Dempsey, fucking. Let's go to ECW now. Original ECW, humongous fan. Watch original ECW any time of the day, even though Vince McMahon continues to slaughter it by changing the music and from the WWE 24/7 demand and reissues and shit. They just completely slaughter the old ECW. I want you to erase that memory, but that was the purest, most realist thing in wrestling history. Completely changed the face of history of wrestling. Beautiful time, beautiful moment. Paulie really fucked that up for a lot of people. Tremendous talents came out of there, you know, New Jack, Van Dam, Sabu's, the original Taz. I don't know who that guy is on SmackDown or whatever, but or wherever the fuck he's at ECW now, but original ECW, tremendous, love it. I would stay up every fucking Saturday at 2 in the morning to watch that shit. I was hooked like a crackhead. It was beautiful. It was just expression. It was art. It was poetry in motion. And anyone that ever got a chance to watch ECW knows what I'm talking about. It was beautiful until corporate America fucked that up too, I guess. Which brings us now. New ECW, I'm not even going to discuss. You know, I still support it. You know, there's great talent coming out of there too, as well. So it's cool that these guys have a chance to still do it. I just think they should change the name out of respect. Ring of Honor, the only savior left in wrestling. A lot of people don't know about Ring of Honor. A lot of people do know about Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor, ROHWrestling.com. I support it. I'm a big fan of it. It's ECW, the second coming. A lot of the same people that ran ECW, besides Paulie, fucking run this as well. It's supposedly a Vince-free zone. I personally don't believe any of that shit. I think Vince owns it all. But the talent's amazing. It's really like, I guess, a training ground they consider for WWE and TNA, but the talent is tremendous. Bryan Danielson, Nigel McGuinness, fucking all of them. Mr. Wrestling, El Generico, fucking Delirious, Sweet and Sour Corporation. Fucking the talent is tremendous. It's if you want to see the guys that are going to be the future leaders and the guys that are really making and taking chances, check out ROHWrestling.com for all your wrestling fans. It's amazing. I'd rather go to a ROH show every 2 or 3 months when they come around than watch any bullshit wrestling on television. Honestly, they got pay-per-views now and shit, so I hope people support them. Go to ROH Wrestling, pick up DVDs and all that shit. Go out to a live show. It's tremendous talent. A lot of the big names that you see nowadays all came out of there. CM Punk came out of there. Samoa Joe came out of there. Fucking Homicide, Hernandez, Brian Kendrick, fucking Paul London. Tremendous talent. And a lot of WWE guys, when you don't see them in WWE, are over there as well. Jeff Hardy was there. Mick Foley was there. Eddie Guerrero was there. Super Crazy was there. Raven, fucking Tommy Dreamer, a lot of dudes. So out of the major corporations of wrestling, I say check out ROHWrestling.com. I just wanted to make a blog finally because I'm a big wrestling fan and TNA was on, so I figured let me do this. Alright, so that's my reviews on wrestling. Check out ROH. Fuck really the rest. Peace out, y'all. Get back to you soon. YG12.com. Peace.